I wanted to bring in Pete Sepp, president of the National Taxpayers Union, Tim Phillips, who's the director of government affairs and global strategies with Nest Point. This is interesting, Pete, because, regardless of the economics of what we're about to talk about, just pause for a moment to realize AI is on the cover of the Times Person of the Year. What are your thoughts when you saw that?
Well, it's a better pick than some of Time's other previous winners, I'll say that. For taxpayers and government, this is a really big deal. Even the IRS, for example, is going to get into training AI to engage in customer service, auditing, all kinds of things. And the big question is, who's doing the training of all of these models? And is the only answer the IRS's AI bots will be willing to give, is that going to be no to any question that a taxpayer asks? So you've got important public policy questions here, too.
Sure, absolutely. And let me correct myself. It's the architects of AI, so they are the Time Person of the Year. But, yeah, AI. All right, let's mention this, too. Fed Chair Jerome Powell stepping in front of the cameras as well, so not just Time Magazine, but Jay Powell announcing the federal interest rate cut. Watch this.
In support of our goals, in light of the balance of risks to employment and inflation, today the Federal Open Market Committee decided to lower our policy interest rate by a 0.25 percentage point.
So there it is, 25 basis points. That brings it now to 0.75 of a percentage point for the entire year. How does that impact the American consumer? And I'll go to Tim.
It's a positive step. This is the third rate cut this year. It was justified for sure. The core inflation numbers that came out last week were lower than expected, around 2.8%. Certainly, energy prices are going down. That's a good thing. I think the biggest danger right now really is government spending. I think they're about to look at spending hundreds of billions more on these Obamacare subsidies, giving them to big health insurance companies and such. I think too much money, a lot of it government money, chasing too few products is a recipe for keeping the inflation numbers up. And I think a lot of voters, a lot of Americans are still deeply worried about their own economic circumstance, and the president needs to be laser focused on making sure they understand, I get it, and we're fighting and working to make it better after a disastrous Biden administration.
Right, and he weighed in on that as well. I want to play that for you. Here it is.
But when we announce good results, the market should go up. Now it's when you announce good results, Michael, the market goes down because they say, oh, that means things are good. That means we're going to kill it by raising interest rates. I think it's really wrong. It should be the opposite of what it is now. It should be the way it used to be. We announce good results, the market should go up, and we should keep driving it up and have it keep going up and let it be much, much bigger, much, much better. And growth doesn't mean inflation. They're always afraid that, we have, and if there is inflation, that's okay, then we can slow it down.
Pete, does the president have a point there? As we look at the big board right now, the Dow showing some great growth here, up about 200 points. Yesterday closing up 500 points. When the futures were showing, roughly it was flat, it was up about 30 points. So clearly, at least right now, early trading looking good. But not everyone's money is in the markets, and we recognize that. There's a lot of, Pete, a lot of paycheck to paycheck out there. Talk to us about this administration tackling what they've inherited by the previous administration.
Yeah, definitely a good point. And one of the things that they've helped to unravel are the horrible tax burdens, especially on small business, and the uncertainty of whether the relief provisions from 2017 were going to be made permanent. Well, we answered that question in the One Big Beautiful Bill. And I will tell you, a lot of people are going to be surprised early next year with their tax refunds and how big they're going to be, especially small businesses. Millions more are going to qualify for relief than have ever qualified before. That's going to be a huge boost to middle class America as well as entrepreneurs. That's going to help the markets as well.
Looking for some good news in the new year. Can you believe it's only 2 weeks away from Christmas, by the way? Unbelievable. Pete Sepp, Tim Phillips, thank you both. Do appreciate that.
My pleasure.
You bet.
So the federal